What up, yo? This is MG. Welcome to Smite Academy. Now, I was gonna go into exactly how to play with certain characters, specifically like Agni, because that's my go-to guy in arena. Also playing in the lanes. But while actually making my lesson plan for the academy, I looked at the importance of items. And I said, you know what? How many people are just going with the standard items or the recommended items that Smite gives you or that you get in other people's standard builds that you find online? Now, let me explain how you can actually do it yourself if you take playing Smite seriously. Now, you go to the God selection page where we are now, pick your God. I picked Agni. And we go down to the item builder. Now, when you go down to the item builder, you usually start off with custom. Now, here's what you usually see in game. You see the standard item set, or you see the arena item set. I usually play the arena, but it's all good. Now, you can create your own item set so you can actually have everything there, one, two, and three, exactly what you want to pick. Because a lot of videos that I've seen, people are like going through the item page when they could just customize their items and make it a whole lot easier for people to understand. So let's do it real quick. I'm not going to fill up because there's a lot you can fill up on here. You can actually fill up everything. I actually started with like the actives and stuff like that. And the other thing which is good is if you check out on the left hand side, you will see where it says defense, where it says offense, and where it says utility. And you can actually compare between your customization, your arena build, and your standard build. And you can see exactly which one is better. Like you can see the arena build has more under offense, has more power and magical item than the standard build has 506. The arena build has 581. Now, what you should go for, especially if you're in going for your custom, is to make your offense as powerful as you can. So how do you do this? All right, let's go for your starters. Oh well, let me exactly. You click here. You click on the custom. You click here, and you actually go through. You pick however you want to do it. You want to pick your items. People usually say pick Vampiric Shroud. I don't know. That's not my favorite to go to. Um, and you don't have to do it the same way that the regular items. You don't have to fill up everything. You fill up with the key items that you use, and then you don't have to worry about getting confused about picking something else. But what you can do is pick different selections. So let's say like this, right? Um, because a lot of times in Smite, your your items and your gameplay is dependent on the other team's gods. So let's say I'm going to pick the Bancroft Talon. So I picked that, right? The build is if you want to build it up for the items for automatic because you can have your custom to be automatic as well. Now, okay. So let's say like this, right? So I can pick four starters here, but let's say I want another build for people who are going to give physical damage, and I pick my physical damage, and I could put it here. So each of these, you don't have to follow exactly what it says for starter, core, damage. This is your custom. It's customized particularly for you. Okay. Then you just save it, and then you could click away, go back to item builder, and it's still all there. Now, what's cool about this is you go into play. No, you're not going to have to wait around for me to join the match. Go for the arena tutorial, and what you see in the tutorial is exactly what you see in game. And if you don't play a particular map, you should play in the tutorial mode because it will help you to build your skills. Um, Especially if you're not used to game types, don't do like I did and mess yourself up with a whole lot of nasty comments because there's a lot of peeps from other MOBAs who aren't as civilized as Smite, and they will insult you. Usually not regular Smite players, because Smite is like mostly a cool community of people. Usually the only people who insult you are people from like other MOBAs who came to Smite, and so they're not like Smite players. Like the only MOBA I play is Smite. It's my favorite MOBA. Now I play other games, but Smite is my ultimate. So you go here, customization is right there, right? So I don't even you will never use this many actives or spend that much money on actives in arena. So when I go back, I'm going to take out Agus. I'm going to take out the purification. I'm going to take out the greater meditation. Now what I can do is put this on a different level so that I can use it, still use my customization for when I'm playing the lanes, and that's really why you have all those spaces there. But that's why I put the greater sprint, or what I call the happy feet, first, because you just click it here, you automatically go like here, and it's already purchased. And then you put in an order. This is actually usually the first thing I get when I'm playing him, and it's click to purchase. Now, let me get out of here for a second, so that we can actually look at where you go into the website. Now, if you check out the Smite website, if you go to the items page, which this is so awesome, right? You go to the items page, and let's say, okay, you want your character to be specified, because a lot of times you don't want to go to the builds that you see online. You want to do it yourself, and get your geek on. So you can actually go to the items, and you can see all the items are there, and you don't have to go through, oh, what's this and what's that, and read through all of that. You don't have to, but you can just click here, and you see all the consumables. These are consumables you can get, and you quickly figure out what they are before. Now if you quickly figure out what they are before, you can go straight back into Smite. Hold on a second. And let me go back into Smite. Now I'm going to have to back out of this game. I won't get a penalty because it's only a tutorial. So, let me make sure I return to lobby. May take a little while. Hopefully it doesn't crash, but it's all good. So you return back to lobby, go back to the player, pick Agni, go back to the item build. Let's see, there's something that you liked. And what did you like? You liked the... let's go check it out. You like the mana potion, right? Or, well, you're not really going to use mana. Well, yes, you will, actually. Because you might run out of mana a little quickly, depending on, how long you stay alive. So let's say the health, right? So you go back here, you say, okay, so I want to go back down to the consumables, double click it, click health, select it, save it, boom, it's always going to be there. So when you're in the match, you have that. So you can actually use the item situation. And now let's say what's important, especially if you're dealing with a god where cooldowns are important. Like with me, I like having low cooldowns. And actually with Agni, because he can't take a lot of damage, health is important. Um, you're not really sure, depending on the team that you're playing, whether it's physical or magical protection that you're going to need. But cooldowns are important. Whoops. You can't do both because they'll look for a consumable that has cooldowns. So you take out the consumable and you go to cooldowns, and these are all the things. Now you see right here where it says Adventure's Blade, that has a nice cooldown. It's not expensive, and it gives you health as well and movement speed. But that's not on the recommendation list, right? But it works up my alley. You get the Wings Blade. Now, what it also does is, let me see where it does, Tier 2 and Tier 3. So Tier 2 is the Adventure's Blade. Tier 3 is the Wings Blade. So you can see, and you can see the build up there of where it's going to cost you and stuff like that. So That's it. Get your item on, get your build on, build your customized game the way you want to play it with Smite, and understand the items. A lot of people, when they're first trying out, you have to just let it be. Let the game pick your own items. But you can do it yourself and let the game pick its own items while you're actually doing it out of your custom map. And it doesn't take that long to go back, get items, and then go back into the fray. It really doesn't. So do yourself a favor when you start getting good, or when you really say, you know what, I want to make a commitment to Smite and my little characters. Before I say, even before you say, you know what, I'm going to make a commitment to Smite and I'm going to buy the God pack. I'm going to make a commitment to Smite and I'm going to customize my items for my favorite god or my favorite gods, because that's important. So that's the end of today's class. I hope you learned something today. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to the channel. And next time, since we did the items, I'll go into the importance of passive and how we use that in a certain god. And yes, I am going to pick Agni. Don't hate. Just congratulate. So fill up your customization table, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon.